Hey everybody, today we are going to be speaking about a very important topic, and it's a topic I've been meaning to speak about for a very long time. I've just been trying to find a way where I can say it in the best way where it can be understood by you. So I want to speak about the relationship, basically the aspect of relationships and what I've understood so far from my, I'll just say 10 years of having this, interaction with the opposite sex and the all the aspect of relationship and all these things like commitment and all those weird stuff, right? Especially, and I'm speaking to men. I'm speaking primarily to men. I'm not really speaking to any other person. Maybe women can slide themselves in for a bit of context, but I'm just speaking primarily to men. Men. So when you hear about a man actively looking for a relationship, I think that's a problem. And I think what has happened in this age is there is so much sexualization of women. There's so much lust over there. I mean, if you go to Instagram and you just see a lot of, it's just half naked women everywhere, and it's just you as a man just seeing all these things, and I just like, and then you now start learning how you can, oh my god, I need to get this girl, I need to get that girl, I need to do this, I need to do that. The main aim has been twisted. The main reason for existence has been twisted, where a man now thinks that his goal in life is to woo a woman. And there's nothing as false as that in life. There's nothing as false as that. That's the that's the wrongest thing that has ever happened in the history of mankind. Because as a man, it is not in your interest to look for a woman. It's not in your interest to look for a relationship. The only relationship you should actually look for that would bring every single thing you want to you is your vision, it is your purpose, it is your mission. That goal that is in your mind to create in this world, that dream that is in your heart that keeps turning you in your bed, that you just have to, that you cannot exist properly if you don't do it. Those things are the things that you should focus on as a man. It is not in your interest to be looking for a woman, looking for relationships, looking for a girlfriend, looking for maybe even a wife. All those things will bring themselves to your doorstep when you're on your mission, when you're on your purpose, when you're on your vision, when you're pursuing that goal. I'm telling you the truth, because I truly believe that purpose is God. Huh? Isaac, purpose is God. Purpose is God. What is my why do you think my body inhales and exhales automatically? It is its purpose to live and exist. So every single moment of time it's breathing, it's doing all those things because it is its purpose to live. That is God. Naturally it does it because it has to exist. Existence is God itself. So your purpose for existence as a man, or your purpose for existing as a man, should be to realize that goal that you have in your life, to fulfill that mission you have in your life, to see that vision you have to be made materialized in this world. It is not, oh, I need to get that woman, oh, I need that girl in my life. And that's why it's very important to remove lust from your point of view or from a perspective, because the lust doesn't make you think properly. When you are having a lustful mind, you're not really, it's not really ideal because you make wrong decisions. You're not being led properly. Your eyes basically clouded, you know. So even if you want to even speak about the historicity of scripture and speak about David in the Bible, what do you think made David to be known? It was because he was able to do what most men couldn't do. He was able to kill Goliath, and when he killed Goliath, what happened? Everybody started praising him. All the people started healing him. They were like, who's your dad? Who's your father? Like, they had to know him. Like, he was exalted because he was able to fulfill a dream. He was able to fulfill a purpose. He was able to fulfill a goal. That's when you start hearing all the women of Israel crying and screaming his name. You understand? You as a man should only be about your purpose. It should only be about your mission. It should only be about your vision. That should be your priority. In fact, if you even want to look at the dynamic, right? Normally, when a woman wants to get married to a man, she drops her father's name and she takes upon the name of her husband. You as a man what you should do is that you should leave everything that has to do with the world and you should completely pursue your purpose. Just like how a woman leaves everything, even her father's name, to take upon the name of her husband, you too must drop everything that has to do with the world, stop doing what most people in the world are doing, and completely pursue your purpose, completely pursue your mission, completely pursue your vision. Then every single thing that every normal average man is seeking for, it will be brought to your doorstep because you're fulfilling your vision, you're fulfilling your purpose. And that purpose is what God has specifically given to you. But the moment you drop that purpose and start pursuing the things of this world, you have made an error. And then you will spend years and years and years trying to fulfill what you're not even meant to fulfill in the first place. Meanwhile, the only thing you're meant to fulfill is that purpose. That's the only thing that's going to give you fulfillment. That should only be the place where you find your fulfillment as a man. On your vision, on your purpose, on your goal. That should be your reason for existing. That should be where you find your joy. That should be where you find your happiness. That should be where you find your satisfaction, on the fulfillment of your purpose. That's really the thing, man. It's not really about any human being. And even in my own life, I won't even lie to you, because I've really had since I was young, I've always had episodes with women. And I noticed that it was when I was, let me just use the word selfish. I'll just use the word selfish. I was the only thing I cared about at a particular point in my time was only just about being the best academically. That's the only thing I cared about. The only thing I cared about. I didn't even care about, my friends, I didn't care about any of those things, man. The only thing I cared about was just being the best in my class. And every single friend, they will be the ones to even look for you. They will be the ones to actively chase you. Everybody will be the ones to actively pursue you when you're actually about your stuff. You really have to be about your stuff, man. When you're about your stuff, every single thing that other people are crying about, it will be brought to your doorstep because you're fulfilling mission, you're fulfilling your purpose, you're doing what should be done. And naturally, you will even feel happier. You will feel that joy. You will feel that satisfaction. And people can smell it. People can feel it. People can recognize that this person is moving different and is having different results. Let me get close to him and know what's his juju, what's his jazz, what's his secret. Let me get close to him and find out that what is this person doing that is making him to be so exceptional. And they want to come close to you. But the issue is this: you don't do those things. You don't pursue your mission because you are looking for money, because you are looking for a woman, because you are looking for good friendships, because you are looking for connections. You are pursuing your purpose because that is what you are meant to do. All those things will make themselves available when you're doing what you should be done. I'm telling you the truth from the bottom of my soul. And this is what I've sat down to actively think about. And I've been, having it in mind to speak about this video. But it just dawned on me today, like I should just make it now, because I just think this is the perfect time to make it. This is from pure experience, man. Pure experience. Because I've really been about it, man. I won't lie to you. You really have to be about your purpose, man. And it's not that, let me be about my purpose so that I can now get this. Because what happens is that people, they do their things, they are actively on their purpose, they're actively on their grind. And then a woman comes along and they'll be like, oh my God, I finally gotten the woman. They'll now drop all what they are doing and then go and start pursuing the woman. It's wrong. She came to you because you were on your stuff. So if you want to keep her, you have to keep being on your stuff. You understand? You don't drop anything for anybody. You don't. If I dropped anything for anybody, I won't have been where I am today. I don't care if it's your parents, your siblings, nobody. Like I don't care. The only thing that I've always been that selfish. But the moment I began, considering, that's when I just started derailing. I started moving off center. You being balanced is you actually pursuing that goal over and above any person, anything whatsoever. It's really a single-minded point of view. Really a single-minded point of view. And I just want to just tell you guys, this is really the truth. It's not really in your best interest to say, I'm looking for a woman. Like, how insufficient are you? How insufficient are you? That's where when the woman now leaves you, now be heartbroken. Oh my God, why would she do this to me? It's because you have missed the priority, man. This is why And it's not as if I'm trying to like preach an agenda, but this is why men married multiple women, because it's just focus on your goal, man. Just focus on your goal, and every single thing you're looking for will come to you. That's all I'm saying. And you can't just say, oh, I'm focusing on my goal so that it will come to me. No, I am really focusing on my goal because that's where I find my satisfaction. I'm focusing on my goal because that's the only place I can be calm. I'm focusing on my goal because that's the only place I can feel fulfillment. That's where I find my fulfillment, on my mission, on that thing that God has called me to do. So when I do that, I'm happy. When I do that, I'm satisfied. When I do that, I'm joyful. So I don't need any human being to say, oh, you need me. You don't need, at that point, you won't need any person. Sure, it doesn't mean that you can't, they're not important. I'm not saying they're not important. I'm saying that they're not the priority. And so when you have the priority, then every single thing is set in stone. Every single thing will align for you because you are doing what God said you should do. You are doing what is your purpose. You are doing what is in your heart that is pushing you. Like you feel that urge that you are meant to do this. You are meant to do this. You are meant to do this, and you can't escape it by maybe watching movies and maybe listening to music and maybe playing games or maybe trying to find ways to escape from it. To just eat you up more and more and more. It really is in your best interest to pursue your purpose. It really is in your best interest to pursue that passion over and above every other person. I'm just speaking to men primarily. I don't know, maybe women can find a way to sneak themselves into this dynamic, but I'm just specifically speaking to men. So as a man, it's not really in your interest to be looking for a woman. In fact, when you're actively now pursuing your purpose, you start seeing them coming to you. And that's where the temptation comes. That's when the test now comes to say, okay, is this guy really a real man? You understand? Is it really? Because there was a time when I was so on my stuff that when the women started coming, I was like, damn. And I changed my direction. But the moment I changed my direction, they started going back. And I'm like, oh, what's the problem? I thought you guys wanted me. They didn't want you. They like the idea that they are trying to get you because this guy is really on his stuff. They're trying to bring you down, basically. I'm not saying, no, they're not trying to bring you down. They are meeting you because you are so exceptional. But if you want to keep them, you have to keep being exceptional. You don't drop what you are doing for anybody. You keep doing what you are doing because that's where you find your joy and you find your fulfillment. And people will always try their best to bring you down. Like they will always try their best to put their influence over you. You have to be the one that is so into his purpose that your influence overshadows them all. They'll find their ways to just try and bring you down in the most subtle ways, man. Subtle ways. And they don't even, it's just natural. It's just natural in the most subtle ways. That's why if you check the Bible, Delilah was the one that brought Samson down. Eve was the one that brought Adam down. It's always that feminine dynamic that tries to bring the man down. But when I speak about the feminine dynamic, I'm not trying to say women are evil. I'm not trying to say that lust or that pleasureful life is what brings a man down. Because the moment you begin to enter into that realm of lust and satisfaction and pleasure, that's when that scripture that God said that man who was like, oh, I've handled my business, I've set up my farm, now I can rest. God said, this night your soul is required of thee, because it's not in your nature to just fall back and relax and this. No, you have to keep creating because your job as a man is to create, is to build. So they notice, you get praised based on the achievements you have. You get recognized based on the achievements you have. And you can't have achievements if you don't achieve things. And your achievements are based on what you are building. And your building is your purpose, your passion, your goal. So please, man, over and above anything else, have it in mind that your goal is the only thing that is worth living for. No human being, I don't care who that person is. I don't care who that person is. It really is a crazy way of living, and most people don't live like that. There's only very few people that live like that, and it can be very painful because let's say you have been living a life where you have always had people around you, but the moment you now start living that life, it's like you are alone and you feel pain. But the moment you keep outgrowing that pain, it's not even pain per se, it's a new way of living. So it's kind of like, wow. But then the more you get used to it, the more your body just conforms to it. And then there's this subtle peace and satisfaction you find within yourself because you're doing what you're meant to be doing. Right? This is why every day I try my best to create in whatever, whether I write or I make video, because this is what gives me, this is my goal, basically. This is my dream. You understand? So I just hope you guys understand what I'm saying. As a man, completely focus on your dream, completely focus on your vision, completely focus on building and creating. As if I don't know what my mission is, at least create something and then find joy in doing that, and then make that your priority, and then grow it and grow it and grow it, and then find your life in doing that thing. And then whatever thing that you are looking for is going to bring itself to your doorstep. At that point, you just have to open your door to it or close your door to it. So that's basically what I've said for you guys. I hope you guys understood what I'm saying. I hope you guys can, digest. I hope you guys can ruminate on it. I hope you guys can understand that this is just here to transform your life. And if you apply this, your life will really transform for the better. Thank you for watching.